Deppin!
Hey,
Hey, long time no see.
Only yesterday.
Yeah, I am absolutely exhausted. We have just come back from Eurovision 2016.
But guess what?
What?
Other people think Eurovision has ended. For us, it's actually just started.
It's just beginning. Let's do this. But we gotta talk about the winner. Jamala, Ukraine. People are debating. People are saying this isn't a deserved winner. Some people are saying this is an amazing winner. We should figure it out. Are you ready?
Let's do this!
Now, Devin, simple question. Are you happy with the result?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's not my favorite, but I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about it at all. And I'm really pleased that Jamala won. She's an opera singer, and she comes with a very strong message, and rightfully so.
Now, we've got to talk about this. She is a strong singer. Her vocals were so stirring. Every time she sang, the press room went silent. The first rehearsal we knew. We said out loud, and I think even in our reaction video, that this is a potential winner. The moment you heard her singing live, at the end of the song, I guess this represents the death of her great-grandmother's child, you hear her shrieking, and it's not a shriek like, ooh, Halloween, it's a shriek like, let me touch your soul, let me cut through glass, let me penetrate. It was so moving, it captured a moment. And for me, even more so than that scream, was the tree. When the light, sucked up the floor into the tree and it sprouted blue and yellow. That was a moment, to me, that is a singular moment of Eurovision 2016 when I felt something, when I knew this could win. You can win Eurovision in a moment, is what I'm trying to say, and I think that was the moment that won it for her.
Also, what I really loved about her victory was that when her first reaction, when they asked, how do you feel about this, how do you feel about 1944 winning, she said, finally, I feel that Europe is ready to hear about the pain of other people. That is such a really touching thing, but it's not only Europe, Jamala, because this year, you've got the United States broadcasting live, you've got China broadcasting live, Kazakhstan, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. So it's important that having such a wide platform, you actually pick a really important subject to discuss. Don't forget 300,000 Crimean Tatars were essentially ethnically cleansed.
But people make the point, Eurovision is not a political platform, you shouldn't have political songs. This debate we've been having for months, is it personal, is it political? I tend to think that everything is political the moment it's put in a public forum. So you can take any song and give it a political message. Yes, this has a very strong historical backstory, but you can't disentangle history and politics, can you?
No, you can't. And what I do love about Jamala is clearly a political discussion. I mean, there's no doubt about it. In 1944 even bears relevance to contemporary events in 2014. Right. There's no doubt about that. But she is very clever in maintaining that this is her personal story. It may have political leanings, but it's her personal story. And I love when she also said something along the lines of, oh, we can sing and dance and talk about love, but for me, I want to take this opportunity to kind of talk about something a lot more personal.
And that's what came through. Other acts were singing, not disposable, but they're singing very pop songs about themes that we've heard time and time again, and she went for something completely different, completely off kilter in a way. I mean, it's very serious, but it's so different from the type of song you would hear at Eurovision, and that soul spoke to people. The fact that it was able to come second with both the juries and the public suggests it is the winner. Now, people are going to say...
And it's otherworldly, William.
It is otherworldly.
I mean, it's not funk, it's not jazz, it's not blues, it's not soul, it's certainly not pop.
You can't put the woman in a box because she thinks outside of the box. This is original. Yes, it's not a radio-friendly pop song, and it's not going to chart on iTunes, but that's not the point. Sometimes Eurovision can be about art. This is art, isn't it?
Oh, this is art pop.
We talked about kind of Greta Salome having art, but this is art with a soul. This is the history of it makes it a museum piece in a way. I'm quite pleased with it.
And this doesn't really rely on, I mean, in a way, Jamala kind of, her staging is kind of letting you into the deepest core of her soul. And if she'd been 10 centimeters off her mark, you'd have still felt her pain. It didn't really rely on that level of precision, did it?
She cried at the end of this song, and that shows you how sincere it was, that shows you how personal the message was. You can't manufacture that. That's something that is in your song or it's not, and it was definitely there for Jamala. Now, we've got to talk about this. A lot of people are saying that the Russian contestant Sergey Lazarev was punished as a result of the political situation. And I've got to say, to some extent, this is true. The fact that 21 out of 42 jurors gave him 0 points, that is shocking to me. Because even if you didn't love that song, there is no way this was the worst song of Eurovision. There is no way that people could legitimately rank this last. And the fact that it appeared last is because he was a bookie's favorite and they wanted to mark him down.
But also, I don't think we can pick him in isolation because the list goes on. Iceland, I felt, was kind of hard done by. Even Belarus, who you didn't particularly
but
like.
Devin, in the context of the Ukraine-Russia political situation, it's obvious that many jurors' sympathies lie with Ukraine. I'm not saying this is right or wrong, I'm just stating what we need to discuss. It seems that Sergey was punished on some level. Yes, other countries are ranked low too, that shouldn't be ranked low, but for so many juries to snub him is very telling.
It is very telling, but ultimately he ranked top 3, and I think that again, that's not. I mean, punishment would mean he wouldn't qualify.
Well, 5th with the juries. I guess my question is this: if the Russia-Ukraine situation didn't exist, if there wasn't this ongoing political conflict, political conflicts? I just burped. Oops. Do you think Ukraine would be 1 and Russia would have been 5th would have been 3rd?
I think it's important to credit the winner with that victory and to just conclude that it was deserved. I mean, we could debate and deconstruct this from now till forever and find new theories why somebody else should have won. Like I said, she wasn't my personal favourite, but what she brought to the table, I'm sold, and I'm happy that she's won, and I'm looking forward to going to Ukraine.
Listen, I'm buying it too. I'm glad she won. I was thrilled. You saw that reaction video. I'm wetting my pants. I mean, it was an amazing surprise because everyone was thinking it was Russia, Australia, and then Jamala swooped in there and took it, and it was an exciting moment. Very exciting moment. But I really want to get an answer out of you. Do you think the juries were playing a little dirty with Russia?
No, I don't think so. I think 21 jurors giving Sergey Lazarev 0 points is bananas.
Bananas.
It's crazy.
Bananas.
However, I'd like to believe that music experts are there to rank songs according to musical merit. And you can understand why some of them wouldn't rank Russia because they consider it disposable, dated, cheap, whatever.
Well, it's interesting. We talk about juries looking for a radio hit, and you would say that Russia's perhaps more radio friendly than Jamala.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because she had such a powerful performance.
Oh, the impact is huge.
It was emotional. People who are cold as fish were silent and crying. She managed to stir something in everyone, and so to me alone, that is enough reason for her to win.
Yeah. And to her credit, she didn't have much promotion either, because we were on an SVT program that was broadcasted to 2 million viewers, and there was a long line of guest stars, and she wasn't even one of them, so she didn't even get the additional plug. Ukraine didn't go all out in terms of marketing. You can't really, we never heard it at the Euro Club. It's not a song that people play. So her victory,
there's not going to be a Euro Club remix.
Yeah, so her victory is really quite impressive because she almost had no promotion.
It's a triumph of art over pop.
Oh yeah.
Long-lasting over disposable.
Yes. And it takes Eurovision into the mainstream media in terms of politics, in terms of news, in terms of broadcast, because people are interested in the story. And it's not just about the music, it's what else. It's the voice that she now has and the platform that she's currently using.
It's going to be really interesting to see what happens over the next year at the winner's press conference when Jamala was presented with the kind of welcome packet for hosting the next Eurovision. EBU officials said, "We look forward to you presenting a safe Eurovision 2017.
Jamalas.
Yeah, there are some concerns about whether Ukraine will be able to host this. I think they'll be fine. They've hosted Eurovision before.
Yeah, I was there.
Amazing event.
I was there.
Eurovision.
Yeah, I was there, and they've done a great job.
I went to Junior Eurovision.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Done.
I don't think they're going to put the contest in Donetsk, or they're not going to put this somewhere on the eastern border. I think they will put this towards the west, somewhere safe, somewhere safe.
Kiev.
There are plenty of options. Ukraine's a modern country, but also it's interesting just the political ramifications of this, because I don't know how to describe him, but the president of the Crimean Tatars, or the part, obviously Crimea is now annexed by Russia, but the former leader, whoever,
the self-elected president,
yes, has said, thank you, congratulations to Jamala. People have called for Eurovision to be held in Crimea, which obviously can't happen because...
She was asked that at a press conference, that where would she like it held, and she said, in Ukraine.
She's so good at her answers, because I do think she obviously has strong political beliefs, but she knows that in this platform, in this arena,
Toe the line.
She does a brilliant job. They asked her, what do you think about the song? Like, are you glad, you know, that this song won? And she said, I wish this song never had to come into existence. It's such a good answer. It kind of, all the political fishing people are doing, trying to get her to say something, she says, I wish this song had never existed, full stop. She knows how to play the game, but she also knows how to just be a good representative for herself and her country. I think Jamala, done. She's amazing.
She's amazing. And
Amazing.
she, you know, she's a really good winner to come out of this. You know, when she was asked about her album as well, she was like, you know, everything has a process and she's not rushing through anything. This is step one done and then we'll see what comes next. Again, very diplomatic, very considered, very measured.
Smart woman.
Really smart.
In short, Jamala, you slay. That's what we think. What do you think? Are you happy with Jamala's win? Are you excited to go to Ukraine in Eurovision 2017? You can let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Because we are, so please do like or dislike and subscribe to our videos.
Yeah. See you later.
Bye!